Hello everyone and welcome. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Alabama. Now, living the prepared lifestyle, you're prepared for the days when it's dark and you have severe weather, hurricanes, things of that nature. And a flashlight isn't always an option, just like the light on your cell phone isn't always an option, because there have been instances even here where I live where we've had tornadoes come through, things of that nature, and the power was out for like a week or so. And you're not able to use, your flashlights run out of batteries, your cell phone battery runs down, things of that nature. So today I'm going to show you how to make a lantern just out of like some scavenged materials that you could carry around outside. I know like inside you can use candles, things of that nature. But with this lantern, it's kind of semi-weatherproof, so you could carry it outside, things of that nature. Kind of like back in the old days when they used, the oil lamps, things of that nature. The materials that I'm going to use for this project can be scavenged. I'm just going to use a wine bottle, a large soup can, an aluminum Coke can, and a little tuna can, and just, some hand tools. I'm not going to use any power tools. So let's get started on the project. All right, so for tools, I've got a pair of just needle nose pliers that have cutting dikes in them, then a pair of sheet metal snips, then just a regular old screw vise. Then there's my tuna can, piece of aluminum wire, a nail to put the holes in there for the handle, a glass cutter, or scorer would be a more appropriate term, then just, like I said, a regular Coke can and a wine bottle. All right, so now that I've got my jig kind of put together so that it would kind of keep things square, I'm just going to take my glass cutter, or scorer more like it, and I'm just going to put it on there, and I'm going to work the bottle back and forth until I start getting a good cut line across it. I've got my top line scored and my bottom line scored. I'm going to keep scoring these until I get to the point where I feel like my lighter will start cracking them. Then I'll be able to submerge it in cold water and kind of tap around a little bit to remove the top and the bottom of the bottle. I got my glass cut, and as you can see, it's not exactly perfect, but it'll do for what I need it for. Some thick glass though, I know that. Now that I've got my glass cut, I'm going to take my soup can and I'm just going to cut a window right through here so that the light will reflect through it, and I'm going to put a reflector behind the glass. All right, so there's our window cut in the soup can, and I'm just going to take a file and kind of knock some of the sharp edges off of it. For the reflector, I'm just going to use a soft drink can, and I'm just going to cut it around the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to slit it down the middle so that I'll have a flat sheet of aluminum to work with. All right, so now that we have our flat piece of aluminum, I'm just going to take a Scotch-Brite pad and kind of polish it up. Yeah, you can see how reflective this is now. And I'm going to take and just kind of gauge how wide I want this piece, and then I'm going to mark it, which I'm going to go about halfway around from that one point and just kind of mark it like that. Who knew aluminum cans could be so useful? So that's about how I want it. And I'm just going to set the whole assembly in like so. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Now I'm going to take my little tuna can and I'm going to put some notches in it so that it'll rest on the outside and kind of hold it up like so. And I'm just going to take and bend these out a little bit. I'm going to take my top and just kind of set it in there, and I'm going to use the tabs to kind of hold it in place, as well as keep the candle kind of on center like so. Now that I have my 4 notches cut in the top, I'm going to take this spike nail and I'm just going to drive it through in several locations so that my flame will be able to get oxygen. All right, so we got our holes put in the top. It's just gonna kind of fit down like so. Next, I'm gonna take and put 2 holes in the side of the can so I can make me a handle out of some aluminum wire. Now I'm just gonna take my handle and I'm gonna go from the outside in on both sides. So now we have our handle. Now we have our completed lantern. All right, for my light source, I'm just gonna use a little candle. I'm just gonna pop that in there and light it up. Then I'm gonna put everything kind of back together. And there you have it. Let's see how much light she puts out in the dark. Now, as you can see, it puts out quite a bit of light. So there you have the DIY lantern. Now, I do understand it does take a little bit of work to make this lantern, like scoring the glass, things of that nature. And that's why you go ahead and you pre-make it from just, scavenged parts, or even when you're cooking dinner or whatever, set a can aside, things of that nature, or, old wine bottle sitting in the back of the fridge, take it out, use it. And this will help build on your bushcraft skills and save you money rather than go out and buy a lantern and batteries, fuel, what have you. You can use this. You could probably cook off this lantern as well. And the reason why I say that, when I was testing what type of light source to use, candle, whatever, I used some wax and cardboard pucks that I had made out of a Beanie Weenie can, and found that it was way too hot for the lantern. So that's when I swapped over to just a regular old scented candle that, was kind of laying around or whatever. So anyway, that is my spiel on the DIY lantern. And again, this adds to your bushcraft skills, things of that nature. So anyway, we'll see y'all next time.